Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It is race 8 of the Stock Car Sim Racing Association Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series. Tonight, these drivers take on a challenge unlike any other with Watkins Glen International. Who will be crowned king of the road course? Who will see playoff hopes dwindle? We will find out, and it all starts right now with your Dev Sports Cards pre-race show. Good evening, everyone. I am Joshua King, and with me in the booth is iRacing NIS Daytona 500 winner, Matt Drafty Beef Everard. Drafty, welcome in, sir. The only road course on the regular season. Tell us about Watkins Glen.
You know, Watkins Glen is a great track. NASCAR comes here a lot. It has some historic roots. It actually held its first road race in 1948, which actually makes it one of the birthplaces of American road racing. We got two different layouts of this track. There's the short course, which the drivers will be racing tonight, which is just shy of 2.5 miles, 2.45 to be exact. And then, of course, the longer course, which is mostly done with the Indy and the Endurance Series, about a mile longer. But yeah, the NASCAR uses the short course. IndyCar endurance races will use the full layout. You know, what's fun about this track now is that drivers can exceed around 180 miles per hour on the back straight before braking hard into turn 1, known as the 90.
Man, that's wild. That's something I didn't know. Drafty Beef, full of knowledge as always. Appreciate that, sir. Now, just 3 races remain in this regular season. Let's bring up that point standings graphic, if you will, please. And Drafty, these guys right around this cut line in orange here are running out of time to make moves. A top 5 tonight could go a long way.
You know what? I agree. Let's take a look at these points here. Obviously, Devin Butchno, Jay Stinson locked in to the playoffs. We are going to focus once again at these drivers highlighted in orange. Our top 3, Derek Da Silva, Josh Mueller, Sharn Hill, all above that cut line. Something to look at here. The number 12 of Sharn Hill. We look at the starts. His starts is in yellow, which means if he misses another race, he'll actually be not eligible for the playoffs. So as long as he makes all the races from here on out, that's another battle he's got. Anyway, moving on. Travis Bennett, Josh Hall, Travis Burton. These next 3 drivers are underneath that cut line. So these guys need to have a good race to be able to get the points to get into that top 12 playoff area. Drivers in red, unfortunately, playoff ineligible, have not made enough starts in the season to be eligible for the playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one here this evening, Drafty. And fun fact here, Sharn Hill, Travis Bennett, and Travis Burton, all teammates up there at Full Throttle Motorsports. So going to be interesting to see those 3 guys battle it out for the playoff positions. And we're going to have an interview here with the 01 of Travis Bennett here momentarily. He, as you can see, is on that cut line right there, just below it rather. He's 13th, 4 points out, and all the way back to 15th, only 14 points out for the for Travis Burton there, who currently sits 4th quick on the grid. But let's get a word with the 01 right now, see how he's feeling into coming into this evening's race. Travis, this is Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man. So we were just talking about the points, the cut line situation. You're right there on the edge, 13th place as it sits now before tonight. What's the goal tonight to come out, get yourself a strong top 5 and kind of solidify yourself into the playoffs just a little bit more?
I don't know. Judging by, I know you guys went around for last night. I feel like I'm owed one for sure. Dominated last night, and some extracurricular things happened that prevented me from doing it. And I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to argue with the standings right now as far as times. I feel like if I win this thing, I won't have to worry about it.
That's exactly right. If you do win, you won't have to worry about it. You'd be just the 3rd driver to lock in on the season due to Butchino's dominance and Corey Bunch's missed races. But nevertheless, still a lot of playoff positions to go. You got that 01 sitting in a good spot right now. You're sitting 1st quick in the practice. Is this something road course racing I speak as a little bit more comfortable with for you, or just another facet of your racing game, if you will?
It's more comfortable for me. I raced in real life. I kind of favored road courses when I raced karts, and just kind of, I say growing up, racing games was mainly road courses, and kind of just got accustomed to it, you know?
Right on, man. Well, yeah, that will definitely make you a dangerous person when it comes to the NASCAR side of things. Have a leg up, for example, on a lot of these guys probably who saw this race on the schedule and maybe circled it because they needed to put a lot more work in than those oval tracks or more traditional tracks. But Travis, we'll let you get back to work here. Best of luck to you this evening. Before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
I just want to just shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate y'all being here, and I just want to shout out to everybody that's on this track right now. I'm looking at the standings. Most of these laps were ran when the track was cooler. It might be shaking up a little bit come race time, so it might be interesting.
Yeah, that's right. You never know. Practice is one thing, qualifying is another, and then the race is all different from both of them. So just under 5 minutes left to go in practice. We'll let you get back to it, sir. Good luck.
Thanks, sir.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was the 01 of Travis Bennett, Full Throttle Motorsports driver, looking to get into playoffs there. As you take a look at his 01 Bucky's machine on screen, always a good looking paint. Interesting deal there with the three cars in the orange, right on that cut line, all from Full Throttle Motorsports. Ultimately, one of them is probably going to end up happy at the end of the regular season, and one or two of them perhaps not so happy, even though they'll probably be thankful for the teammate making the playoffs. But we mentioned Devin Buchino in the 68. He got his third win of the season last week at New Hampshire. Only two guys are locked in. You heard me mention that to the 01 of Travis Bennett briefly. Corey Bunch has won 2 races. However, he's missed too many to make the playoffs. So that's going to open up a couple playoff spots there. And we do have a couple new drivers in the field this evening. We got our timing tower back working. Drafty, you back with us yet, sir?
Yes, sir. Just got back. Always something. Working fine up until we went live. Thank you all for sticking with us through a little bit of issues there. I am excited for tonight, let me tell you. I love road course
Hey, you know
racing.
what? At least it was before the race, right?
Yes.
Able to knock out that interview. We just, we handle it like pros. That's what we do over here at Royalty Racing Network. Let's take a look at a couple guys that are new to the field this evening. 22 total cars on the grid for the road course, but the 78 of Brad Young going to be a guy that hasn't been in many races this evening, and there he is right there on your screen. It's the 78 of Brad Young, blue and white machine out of Logan, Utah. Up next, we have the Cheeseburger. Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence is going to be on the grid tonight. He's in pit lane out of McKinleyville, California in that 47.
I do like this one. I don't have a great camera over here. Let's see if I can let's go rear chase. We got Bob's Burgers for Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence. It's so fitting. I love it.
It is fitting. It is fitting. That's cool to see him back. I think I saw something about how he missed racing and back with us tonight. So some guys here, Drafty, that we haven't seen before on the track. You never know what they might pull out tonight and steal one from the rest of the competition. On to our third new driver tonight, I shall say. That's the 72 of Matt Bayens, Royalty Motorsports ride there in the 72 Chevy Camaro. Cool looking paint. I think we know who made that one.
I believe he made that one.
Oh, you didn't make this one?
No, I did not. That one is not one of mine.
Must have missed the newsletter on that one. All right. Well, good looking paint nonetheless. I like the mix there. But then, of course, a lot of your usual suspects out here. We got the 55 of Ryan Gomes out here running laps. He currently sits 6th quick in practice. Matthew Fritz in the 29. There's Matthew in the M&M pet sitting machine. Brad Young, we took a look at. Matt Baines as well. Michael Lepicki is in the 46. I like this one, Drafty. That blue, I like that blue, man.
Yeah, I like it a lot. It gives me the Go Submarines vibe for sure. But blue instead of green, which is one of my favorite current paint schemes in NASCAR.
But yeah, it's a good one.
Practice officially wrapping up, and we will start qualifying.
It's going to be a long qualifying session this evening, Drafty. They got to do a full lap around this large speedway and then go green for their first time lap. So basically 3 laps here just to put in your 2-lap qualifying run.
Yeah, and we'll see a lot of people on their outlap trying to get as much heat as they can into their tires and their brakes. You don't want to have cold brakes with this. So I know a lot of times what I'll do on my outlap when I go out on road courses, I'll drag the brake just a little bit just to warm it up. By the time you get done with that first lap, your brakes are good to go and can hopefully set the fastest lap of the night.
Yeah, that's right. And a lot of guys taking to the track right now. Chase Greer in the number 40 was the first to go on track in the Drafty Special Blue Label Chevy Camaro. There's Chase Greer right there on your screen. Too many to count out on track right now.
All right, everyone decided to go. They know how long it's going to take, so everyone hopping out right now. Yes, I do. Like I say it before, this car makes me thirsty.
This paint, yeah. Wait till after the broadcast.
If I must.
All right. That's a nice picture there Chase has in the corner. And there's the 68 of Devin Buccino on track. He needs to update those wins. He's up to 68 career wins here in the SCSRA. That's impressive. First ballot Hall of Famer, I'd have to believe.
Oh, most definitely with stats like that.
Not to mention, he's also the boss man, so that might have something,
That helps. I mean, when you've
the
been
Hall of Fame ballot comes around.
Yeah, when you've been around since the beginning, it's hard not to have some good stats, right?
Good, yeah. Yeah, 8-time champ. That's also very impressive.
3 times in the Cup car.
And he's on a good path to get another one this season. Of course, we all know anything can happen in playoffs. You got to perform not only all regular season to set yourself up well, you got to perform all playoffs long. Make sure you make every round, and then ultimately get it done in that championship race.
Yeah. Gotta get to the end, and then it's just no break for these guys until the only people that get a break are the ones once the playoffs start and you're no longer in contention. Well, now you're just you're out there for points, getting points for the team, and seat time.
Yeah, and steal a win might get yourself some money. But goes to the top of the board. He's the second one to set a time. He put in a 1:12.99. Devin Zimmerman was the first one to set a time. He put in 1:13.83.
Oh, new leader, Travis Bennett, top of the board, 1:12.89.
That's clutch, man. Bennett needs it tonight for sure. Welcome in, everybody, into the chat. Once again, if you just joined us, you're watching the SCSRA bowling at Watkins, Glen. This is qualifying. We're fixing to go green in just a matter of minutes. Joe Irwin in the 44, 1:13.15, currently third quick on his first lap. Matt Baines, 1:15.66, good enough for sixth quick right now. Josh Mueller, seventh quick. Walt Lepicki, eighth quick. Those are the 8 guys to put in a time thus far.
Looks like everyone is out on track currently. Maybe not. The 40 appears to not be on track. He was at one point.
Yeah, that's interesting. Something might have happened to Chase Greer there in the 40 that caused him to kind of shut it down and maybe put an end to his qualifying run. That would be heartbreak. Justin Parham, lap 1, or lap 2 rather, for Parham, it would appear, 1:15.16, 10th quick right now. D. Wright goes to 6th quick In the 84, 113.92. We're taking a look at Michael Lipicki in the 46 right now.
Currently no time yet for Lipicki. Currently working on it as we speak. I tell you, it's coming up to my favorite part of the track here. I love this little bus stop or whatever you want to call it, but I love this part of the track.
I feel like every road course that I've been a part of with you racing, you love that section of any track.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
But it's fun. I mean, you can cruise through there, line it up just right, just zoom right through. Travis Bennett still leads the way in the 01, 112.44 for his second lap. He is done. Devin Bucciano improved, but not enough to take the pole from Bennett. D. Wright still sits sixth quick. Whew. Tongue twister. Ryan Gomes in the 55, 114.42 for his second lap. Maybe first. He's still out on track, actually. Matt Baines dropped to 9th quick. Brad Young, 10th quick. Michael Lipicki, 11th. Justin Parham sits 12th. This is the 5 of Sharn Hill on your screen out of Richmond, Virginia, in that Chevy Camaro. Working on lap 2.
We have the 40, the 24 of Garrett Walden. Actually, I see is out on track, but Derek Catt, Jay Stinson all have not set a lap time. Matthew Fritz also not set a lap time, but is out on track. Just as I say that, Fritz up to 7th quick with a 113.8.
Good lap for Fritz. And he'll call it a day there for qualifying. Ryan Gomes still out there. This is the 24 of Garrett Walden coming around for his first lap. Jay Stinson, Chase Greer, Derek Catt. Only ones will be left not to set a time. Interesting for Stinson, Drafty. He's usually strong everywhere. Whoa, hold on to it.
Ooh, boy.
Now explain to us there, we saw him tap the wall. What kind of impact does that have on a qualifying run, specifically tapping the wall, Drafty?
Well, tapping the wall, you're going to get an incident point. Unfortunately, that's going to make your lap invalid. iRacing will not time your lap for that. So, very unfortunate. It looks like he is just pulled off the track. Probably a little frustrated. I know I would be. And that was the last driver, though, on track. We have about a minute and a half left before they start gridding up.
Yeah, they're probably going to walk through their driver's meeting. Shout out to Brad Young in the chat. After 3 weeks of work travel, I'm excited to be road racing tonight. Glad you're here, Brad. Hoping to see some work, some magic from you. You qualified 11th. That's not a bad place to be. Can easily get into the top 10 or even top 5 from there.
Yeah.
Drafty, before we bring them the grid, what would you say you're looking forward to most this evening for this unique race on the schedule?
And I mean, these guys have been great the entire season so far. It's been amazing, excellent racing. But we haven't. It's all been oval. We haven't seen them on a road course yet. So I'm really curious to see like who you can tell who I don't want to say like the real drivers are, but the ones that can just go out and drive anything. I think we'll see the separation between that and just the oval drivers tonight.
Yeah, I agree. And I know what you like to do prior to our broadcasts every week is you like to get yourself some time in the car at the track, kind of feel it out. What were you experiencing here during your practice time with this next gen car and this track?
It was something. I had a heck of a time actually trying to wheel this car around. I, for one, have not raced the next gen on too many road courses, so I was actually surprised how little weight there seems to feel in the nose and not a lot of weight transfer it felt. So I wasn't quite too comfortable with that type of driving style. So it was actually quite difficult for me. So I give it up to these guys being able to get this car around here in any amount of time.
Yeah, that's some good insight, and we're going to have to watch that as now we bring you your Dev Sports Cards starting grid here is Travis Bennett in a big, crucial situation for him this evening. He'll start on pole in the 01. Devin Buchno in the 68 will start second. Joe Irwin in the 44 will roll off third. Devin Zimmerman in the 36 will start to his outside in fourth. Ryan Gomes in the 55 will start fifth. Travis Burton will roll off sixth. Matthew Fritz in the 29 will start seventh. D. Wright in the 84 will roll off eighth. Josh Mueller in the 26 will start ninth. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 72 of Matt Baines. Drafty?
Yes, we have Brad Young in the 78, placing P11 to his outside in the 46. And P12, we have Michael Lepicki coming in 13th place in that number 19, Justin Parham. And in the number 5 and 14th place, Sean Hill. In 15th place, we have Michael Lawrence in that number 47. In 16th place, we have Josh Hall in the 81. 17th place, we will have Walt Lepicki in that 56 machine. Billy Titoff in the 79 will place P18. Garrett Walden in 19th, driving the number 24. And driving the number 2, rounding out the top 20, will be Jay Stinson. Coming in.
Your final.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if you're going to finish it. Oh, man. Our final two on the grid, starting 21st is the 39 of Derek Catt, and the 40 of Chase Greer will start 22nd. 22 cars on the grid, Drafty. Good field tonight for a road course race.
Yeah, I thought maybe some people might check it out, but everyone seems to be here. They're ready to go. Travis Bennett's got to be excited being up in the lead right away, starting this one out up front. I know he's hoping to hopefully leave everyone in the dust, because once you get some distance here at a road course, they probably won't catch it back up until, what was it, lap 15 for the stage?
Yep. Lap 15 is the stage, so who knows what could happen in those 15 laps. One thing I wanted to point out as they come through the bus stop here, these red and yellow, what would you call them, Drafty? I'm short for words here.
Call
around the corners.
The curb.
The curb, okay, that's a simple term for it. Now, those can work to your advantage in a road course race if you use them properly. However, they can also work to your disadvantage if you happen to go all the way over them. That will upset the car, you'll lose traction, and it's very, very easy to spin out in that situation. So we'll have to watch for that as well this evening.
Yeah, it does depend on the location, because like coming out of that corner they just came out of, we'll see a lot of cars probably go fully over the red and yellow curbing there and come back on the track. But because they're coming out and over it on a straightaway, it doesn't upset it too much. But you do that in a corner, some of these corners, it's going to definitely spin you out. All right, we are going to see the safety car dip down into pit lane. There it goes. The 01. Bennett gets us green flag, and here we go at the Glen. 68 with a tremendous launch. Looking to get to the outside of the 01 here right away in turn 1. Can we all make it through? Looks like everyone makes it through, no issues. We'll go back up front here.
Already impressive there, Drafty, as we've seen these guys handle basically every track The 01 did set himself up into that corner a little bit better than the 68, and he jumps out to a quick lead. Good shot and good audio there of them hitting that curb as they enter that corner.
As we talk about, we see a few cars actually going fully over that curbing there to carry all the momentum they can out of that corner.
I think you made a great point, Drafty. If it's on a straightaway, it's a completely different ball game how the car will react to that versus if you happen to jump over it while you're turning the wheel.
Yeah, you know, that last corner there before you go into the straightaway, if you get too much on that curbing going into that, you will upset the car and it'll over rotate and you'll lose it.
Yep. Let's go back to Joe Irwin and the 68 and 44. 44 just got around the 68 of Devin Bucciano for second place. Made that happen in a hurry. Bucciano struggling just a little bit as now the 36 of Devin Zimmerman will look to his inside into that bus stop. Won't quite get it done. Drafty, brand new paint for the 36 tonight.
Yeah, look at that. That is sharp. That looks good.
I like that a lot.
Liquid Death, yeah. That's a nice looking paint scheme right there.
Sure is. We saw Zimmerman, just as we turned the camera on him, go across the grass and lost some momentum on Bucciano. But here's the 55 and the 92 battling it out now for the 5th spot. Travis Burton and Ryan Gomes.
And we're starting to see a little distance now amongst these drivers. It's going to happen at these road courses, so I have to keep an eye on for those gaps that are closing and try and bring you all the action when we see it happening. Right now, though, our leader, he's already out to a 2-second lead over second place. Second place has a 1.3 seconds over third, and third has about 0.8 over fourth. So these leaders are getting spread out a bit.
Yeah, that's right. Already spread out. It appeared like the 84 of D. Wright might have had an issue. He's sitting back in 8th now. Matthew Fritz in the 29 just passed him not long ago, and that lead is nearly second between those two. That's the 84 of D. Wright. He falls back to 8th for now.
Take a look at
Justin.
Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
I say we take a look at some of the scenic cameras around Watkins Glen here. Oh, got a little bit of a pass going on here. Chase Grier. Oh, get back on the right camera. Camera guy's fired here.
Chase Greer with Walt Lepicki there in the 56 just in front of him as he pulls up to the back bumper, and he'll look to the inside here, which would set him up well off of corner number 1.
It looks like he won't be able to get it done. 55 holds on to the position. We'll move up here, though. Side by side, Parham gets by Hill. Approaching the S's here.
These guys actually went back and forth. Sharn Hill had that position, which was 12th, for just a little while until Parham just passed him back for it.
We look just a little bit behind Lepicki and Josh Hall. They're kind of duking it out here. A little bit of defense, a little bit of offense. Speaking of new paint schemes, Josh Hall here, 81, and the Dev Sports Cards. I don't think I've seen this blue one before. This looks good.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Dev Sports Cards and that team always running out new paints, and that one's one of my favorites, I would have to say, with the chrome numbers especially.
Indeed, and of course, Dev Sports Cards is the main sponsor here for this Next Gen series at the Stock Car Sim Racing Association, so huge shout out to them, and thanks to them for being a big part of making this happen.
Oh, someone was hard into the wall. Looks like Justin Parham.
Ooh. Oh, a little bit of an
Justin Parham.
accident. Let's take a look at this while everyone's spread out. Let's just take a quick look and see what happened here. It's like Parham got loose, tried slowing it down. Oh, I wonder if something technical happened.
It might have, Drafty. That might have been a situation where maybe the VR went out or the PC froze, something like that. Of course, in virtual racing, that's always a possibility, and tough break for the 19 of Parham. I really like that paint. I was just going to call out that Crown Royal paint there on the 19, but back to the action here.
We have Greer, and behind him, Walt Lipicki. They've been on each other's heels for a little bit here. Decent-sized gaps throughout the rest of the field. Joe Irwin and Ryan Gomes right now, kind of a close battle with the 92, Travis Burton, not far behind him.
Yeah, that's the 44 of Joe Irwin. And in the cat ride right behind him is the 55 of Gomes. And Drafty, we just saw him bounce there, both of them, as they hit those red and yellow curbs. That's where it kind of can get dangerous a little bit.
Yeah, but in a place like the bus stop there, you can actually use those curbs to your advantage to help get some extra rotation in your car without having to slow down as much.
That's right. And we saw that West Virginia machine of Joe Irwin go way outside there off that corner, but it seemed like it helped him carry a lot of momentum through that.
Yeah, you know what? Let's take a ride on board with Joe Irwin right now. Have him give us a little tour around Watkins Glen. It's such a fun track to drive. For anyone that may be scared to go try and road course race, I feel like this is a good track. Not terrible amount of corners, kind of gives you a little bit of everything that road racing has to offer as far as corner wise, and it's a good one.
Certainly is. I've had fun in my races here. I'm not going to say I've done well, but I've certainly had fun. And we can see there the 44, a lot of steering input in that car. He's absolutely working it. That's a really good shot there, Drafty, is now he looks to work on the 36 of Devin Zimmerman.
Zimmerman out wide there, but he's going to be set up for the next corner. But, oh, the 44 was able to get the move done. Irwin up to P3.
One of your closest races on the racetrack right now is Irwin and Zimmerman. The two front runners have absolutely checked out, and Bennett even more so from Buccino, as now we take a look at the 24 of Garrett Walden down pit road.
He's in the pit. I don't see any off tracks or nothing, so I'm not sure. Maybe this is a call to get some fuel, a fuel strategy call here. We'll have to see.
He was the guy that was wrapped up in that issue with the 19 of Parham.
Oh, my goodness, that's right.
Yeah,
I thought he would have came to pit already. My apologies.
Long track, and he was out there, maybe tried to give it a go for a lap and see how it was going to handle, but nevertheless down pit road for the 24. Justin Parham back at it. That's good to see. We take a look at the 5 of Sharn Hill on your screen. He's currently working on the 78 of Brad Young right in front of him.
I was trying to reel him in, looking for the right place to make a move. That's another thing about road course racing, compared to an oval. An oval, every corner is the perfect opportunity to make a pass. Not so much here. There may be corners where it'd be dangerous to try and make a pass, or just not logical. So you have to set up your moves to time it out right, to gain the amount of speed to make the pass in the right area of the track. It's so much more technical, and I understand why it's a lot harder to do.
100%. And I was going to mention now that Michael Lepicki is under fire from the 81 of Josh Hall. That battle just a little bit behind these two guys, as you see them there on your screen. Drafty, we talk about it every single week. Patience, right? Patience in racing is so huge, and it's so undervalued, I feel like. But that is multiplied tenfold at a road course, I would say.
Oh, definitely. You have to have patience, especially, like I said, I did some test laps, especially driving these cars around. You gotta be patient on the throttle, patient when you make your moves. It's just everything requires the opposite of oval racing.
That's exactly right. It's a whole different beast for sure. Take a look at a couple big movers on the evening. Sharn Hill is up 3 spots. We just saw him briefly battling with the 78, who's now pulled away. Josh Hall also up 3 spots. He currently sits 13th, just mentioned him. But Drafty, the biggest mover so far, didn't get any qualifying in due to some issues, but that's the 40 of Chase Greer. He just picked up another one off Josh Mueller.
Yeah, he's had solid race so far. Let's see. Looks like his last lap time was a 1:17:02. Compared to the leader now, his last lap time was a 1:13. So he's not running the fastest, but he's running solid, consistent laps every lap. And in a long road race, that matters a lot more than you think it does.
It definitely does. And if he keeps up this pace, I would say he would have a good opportunity to potentially come out with a top 10 here. And the reason I would say that is, to your point, he's not necessarily running lap times with those guys just yet, but it's consistent. So if he can avoid some issues and have a good pit stop here, maybe at the stage break, get them all piled up again, you never know what Chase Greer's capable of.
I agree. And looky here, Josh, another new paint scheme this week. Number 2 of Jay Stinson, still Blue Ridge, but we got a white base. The little black design, blue on the back, chrome number. Very nicely done.
I like that one. Everything on that paint just fits so perfectly.
Unfortunately, Jay Stinson running 20th right now. Not the best night by any means, but he's out on track. He's on the lead lap. So that's good. That's a win to me.
Stinson, he's having a good season. You know what? It might be something like me where I might be having a great season and I'll circle that road course on the schedule and think, you know what? I better put myself in a good spot going into this race because this one's going to be a rough one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just hang back. I mean, if you know road course racing isn't your strong suit, and it's perfectly fine to just hang back and just survive the race, get your points, and move on to next week's oval.
Right? Sometimes you just got to battle through it and do what you got to do. Let's take a look at Matt Baines in the 72 Royalty Motorsports machine real quick. He's up 1 spot, started 10th. He's currently sitting 9th in his debut race for the SCSRA.
Yeah, he's got the 29, Matthew Fritz in his sights. Let's see if he can gain on him. Right now he's about 1 second off. Ryan Gomez in the 55 here, and the 92, Travis Burton, closing the gap.
This is your closest race on the speedway, folks. Ryan Gomes and Travis Burton. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Jeez. Get it together. It's not amateur hour, folks. I promise. We're just doing the best we can at a road course.
Oh, I have on my event screen Derek Cat, who we were just on, has crashed. Let's go back and take a look at it. See what happened. Well, he's doing all right now. Maybe that car just got a little too upset. Yeah. got a little upset off the curbing. Into the wall. Oh, and just jumped to pit. All right, well, guess maybe he said that wasn't able to keep it the where he needed to be and decided to pull her off track there.
Here's a look at your leader, Travis Bennett, in the 01. Travis Bennett, drafted, keeps up that pace. He's now 9 seconds out on Irwin.
Yeah, he is sitting pretty. Lap 14, so we're going to have the stage break soon. Stack him back up, and so he's going to lose this lead right now that he's got right now. But, I mean, the way he's been driving tonight, I think it's safe to say that he will get it back.
Definitely, and he's going to be really, really happy to close out this stage with the stage points. I mean, that will go a long way when it comes to making the playoffs as well, especially since he was only down from the cut line 4 points coming into tonight.
Yeah, I mean, this will be, if he can get the win, that's going to be huge.
Absolutely. 3 guys now in pit. Sharn Hill in the number 5 now jumped to pits after having an issue himself, it would appear. Unfortunate there for the number 5.
We're looking at our closest battle on track right now, still between the 55 Ryan Gomes and the 92 of Travis Burton.
This battle's for the 5th spot. This has been going on all 15 laps, I feel like, Drafty.
Yeah. Oh, looking to the inside now. Can the 92 get it done? Oh, they're banging doors. So he is able to get the move done there. And now he's got the 55 hot on his tail. They're going to get a lot of speed here. The 55 is going to get some draft. You know, if he wants, he could probably dive bomb him here. Does not seem to be able to catch him. 92 almost gets, looks like he got a little airborne. All 4 tires off the wheel, off the ground in the bus stop.
And this could be absolutely huge for Burton also, because I know it's just passing for 5th, Drafty, but that's another stage point, and we're nearly at the end any moment here. And Burton's another one of those guys outside of the cut line.
Yeah. Here it is. Yellow flag is out. Stage is ended.
Take a look at Travis Bennett in the 01, who just won the stage in dominating fashion. Have to believe everybody now will be out here for stacking them up again, but then going to pit, right, Drafty?
Yeah, I'd have to assume so. Highly doubt they have enough fuel to make the whole race. They may even need to pit another time after this yet. So, we shall see everyone come down pit lane, I'd imagine.
That's true. Let's get a word with the 01 once again. Travis Bennett, maybe where is good luck this evening. Pull him in here from Full Throttle Motorsports if we can. Travis, this is Joshua. You got a copy, sir?
Hey, Josh.
Hey, man. Woo! What a dominating stage win that was.
Yeah, man, it started getting real slick there, and when it started getting slick, I'm glad I had a little bit of a gap so I can kind of relax a little bit and take care of it.
Heck yeah, well, you brought it home. I mean, you look good all stage long. We took a couple glances up at you, but every time we did, the lead had expanded. So now, as you get behind the safety car here, what's the strategy on pit road, and make sure you follow this up with the second half, if you will, running the same way?
Well, I can't exactly tell you what I'm about to do on pit road. You're just gonna have to watch. Sorry, man, but
That's fair.
afterwards, man, I'm looking at the 44. Yeah, he's always fast. And, I've never he's new to the league, so I didn't expect him to be fast on the road courses too. But he's flying. I've been watching the gaps, and he's really hitting it. I'll tell you that.
That's for sure, man. It's going to be a good battle, excuse me, down the stretch, but keep up the good work. We'll let you get back to your pit stop strategy, and maybe we'll talk to you after the race.
Sure thing, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right. Once again, folks, that was Travis Bennett. Get him back where he needs to go for his pit stop and team strategy. Drafty, I don't know if we've seen a stage one so handedly.
Yeah, I mean he dominated that thing. He had no sweat about that stage win.
He certainly didn't. Let's run you through the top 10 for the stage. The L1 of Travis Bennett wins it. The 44 of Joe Irwin got back up to second to finish there for the stage. Devin Bucciano fell to third. Devin Zimmerman finished exactly where he started it, in fourth. Travis Burton finished in fifth, and he'll round out your top five, Drafty.
All right, Ryan Gomes is going to secure sixth place in this stage. D. Wright in seventh. Matthew Fritz eighth. Matt Baines ninth. And rounding out the top 10 stage winners is going to be Brad Young. Or stage finishers, sorry. That's top 10 stage winners. There's only one of those.
Well, he did win a point.
That's true. He did win something.
Yeah, there you go.
And just as we thought, everyone coming down to pit lane, Garrett Walden, Derek Catt staying out probably to get laps back. I'm sure they came out of pits way later than everybody else did.
Yeah, Garrett Walden pit on lap 6. Derek Catt in a little bit better spot. He pit on lap 12. So, matter of 3 laps difference, depending on fuel there. Never know. Of course, we might see him come back in this next time around after he gets the lap back. We'll just have to see.
Travis Burton comes out of pit P2.
Nice pit there. What a bad camera angle that is. Whatever we're looking at all the RVs.
It was on pit lane. Asking a lot of the camera guy there.
Interesting there. But yes, Travis Bennett, 01, still leads the way. Travis Burton, ooh, man, what do you think he did different there, Drafty, to pick up 4 spots on pit road?
Man, I don't know. The only thing I could think of would be something, maybe not taking tires, but I feel like you need tires after that run. If, Bennett had said that it was starting to get slick, so I'd have to imagine the tires are starting to go for everybody.
Yeah, that's true. That might be a gutsy play if that is indeed the case. But of course, I mean, we've mentioned it so many times already. These guys, both Bennett and Burton, both Travises, fighting for playoff spots. And Bennett got a good stage win. Burton, good stage points, but maybe a Hail Mary here to improve his finishing position.
We'll have to see. There's still a lot of race left, so we'll have to see how the strat works. Maybe just trying something different than everybody else to give himself an advantage, taking a little gamble.
Yeah, this is a fairly early stage, I would say. The lights on the safety car are off, so we'll go green starting lap 20. But that's going to leave us 35 green flag laps to see how this plays out.
Yes, sir. And it's going to be, like I said, if you can get a good gap, and I guess, well, gap might not be everything, because I guess if you could fuel save a little bit, and it comes down to you having a few more laps of fuel than someone else, that could be huge as well.
100%. Now, do you think with 35 to go, of course, there's no full course caution, so that's why we say 35 green flag laps. Will they have enough fuel to get to the finish?
I don't think so. I really don't.
Interesting. So we might see yet another pit stop, and this time under green. That could mix things up too. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I can't remember how, but like I'm trying to think of tank size comparisons, but I know like for the Porsche GT3 car, the endurance fixed setup had I think like 23 laps of fuel for Daytona, so I'm gonna say maybe it's something similar for these guys.
All right, good info there. We'll have to see how it plays out if we see him come down pit road one more time. But right now, Drafty Beef is getting ready to take us back to green after the stage caution.
Yes, the safety car. The lights are off on that iRacing.com safety car, not pace car, safety car for road racing.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
We got BMW for the safety car. Nice looking car.
It looks like a 3 Series, though. They should have sprung for a 5 or something.
All right, we will see the pace car dip down into pit lane. The 0-1 to Travis Bennett gets us going. Green flag again at Watkins Glen. Looks like he may have had a bad start. The 44 may have gotten into the back of him there. I don't know. Ooh,
As nearly 3 wide behind him. Holy smokes. Sorry to cut you off
no
there.
worries. I was going to say the same thing. We got side by side with the 44 and the 92 now. 44.
Someone's going around behind him. And
Looks
I think it's Michael D. Wright and Chase Greer looks like involved.
Yeah. Unfortunate for them. 44 dropping back now a little bit here on this restart. Back to 4th place.
Little update there. A whole bunch of guys involved in that. Matt Baines, Chase Greer, D. Wright. Looks like, thought there was one more, but tough break for them. They'll have to get back on it, make up some ground.
Yeah, a lot of race left, so hopefully they can make up for it. Maybe some other incidents will happen. We shall see. Right now, though, Travis Bennett back out almost to a 2-second lead already.
That's right, and Devin Zimmerman hanging tough as we look at the 36 on your screen there. So a little pressure from the 44, but not too much just yet. Devin Bucciano in the 68 drafty, maybe a little bit of issues here in that first run and now the beginning of the second and final stage here.
Yeah, I agree. It could be a strategy as well. Hang back a little bit, save the tires as much as you can. God, they bounce so much over those curves. That's crazy.
They certainly do. Another big issue, Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence, Michael Lepicki, and Billy Tithoff involved in an incident. Maybe we can take a quick look back at that. Billy Tithoff crashed, it looked like.
Well, let's see here.
Now the 47 is back rolling now.
Oop, not back far enough. Let's see here. What happened here? It looks like it might have just been a self-spin. Well, it looks like it. That's the 79 of Billy Tithoff. Oh, something happened.
Yeah, oh, Devin Bucciano and Devin Zimmerman, it looks like issues, but they're both still rolling, so probably just off tracks. Potentially. All right. Whoo, man, that would have been big. That would have shook up the top 5, huh?
Speaking of, Zimmerman looking to the inside of Bucciano, coming to the bus stop. Bucciano able to carry more speed, has to check up to not get into the back of the 36 there. Loses a lot of momentum.
Yeah, I think the 36 of Zimmerman was merely just gaining that position back after potentially that off track that allowed Bucciano to get back past him temporarily.
Right on. Josh Mueller in the 56 of Walt Lepicki. currently battling for 12th. Now keep an eye on that timing tower, folks. We see that gap between Bennett and Burton just keeps getting bigger every time I glance up at it. Up to a 3-second gap now between first and second place.
Certainly has, and Travis Burton with the incredibly strong pit stop, 4 seconds faster than at least the next two guys, holding strong in second place right there in the 92.
Yeah, doing real good. His last lap was a 113.0. Joe Irwin in P3, his last lap was a 113.1, so not far off, but Burton was a little quicker last lap. See if he can keep up the speed, keep up the gap.
Doing good so far. Zimmerman and Butchino, that battle has cooled off just a little bit. Matthew Fritz and Ryan Gomes cooling off as well. Walt Lepicki, though, being pressured slightly. That's the 56. He's currently up 5 spots, Drafty, but being pressured by the 72 of Matt Baines.
Yeah, well, Picky having a good night, up 5 spots, but I'm looking at this. Look at this. Oh, to the outside. 72 able to get it done.
Unfortunately for Matt Baines, he was up to 9th at the stage, 10th after the pit stop, and was involved in some sort of incident that we had missed. Fell back 6 spots, so just working his way back up through the field now.
Having a great evening, though. The number 2, Jay Stinson, up 10 positions. Currently our biggest mover of the race.
Oh, yeah, Drafty. I think that's a little bit of a combination between the pit stops and getting lucky. He avoided those 2 early incidents right when the stage started. Ooh.
Mueller around. Able to get,
Josh Mueller in the 26.
able to get it going. No one else collected. We're looking at Lepicki. Looking to get to the inside, coming to the last corner, able to get it done. Oh. Lepicki checking up big there for the corner.
Yeah, now, Drafty, we've seen Walt go back several positions now since we took a look at that battle with Baines. Do you think something might be wrong with that 56 car?
It could possibly be. It looks like he was way out of the throttle early, maybe having some steering issues. Yeah, he was dropping back pretty quick, though.
He certainly is. A good battle on the racetrack, though, for the second spot. As of right now, it's down to 3/10 between the 92 of Travis Burton and the 44 of Joe Irwin. Hot on the tail of that red Raising Cane's 92.
Yeah, Irwin last time around a 113.8, Burton a 114.0. Check this out though. So now Irwin had the 113.8. Bennett, our leader last time around, almost a second quicker with a 112.9.
He's absolutely checked out, man. If he keeps up this pace, and of course he might deal with some lap traffic at that pace, anything could happen, but Travis Bennett doing really, really well right now.
Take a look off the nose of Joe Irwin. He's trying to hunt down the 92 of Travis Burton for that second position.
This is a really good battle on the speedway right now, Drafty.
Indeed. Oh, I thought you might have looked to the inside there. Does not.
Now we go the in-car cam of the 44 of Joe Irwin.
Oh,
my goodness.
hard contact with the 92. I don't know if he just missed his braking zone or the 92 checked up. I gotta rewind and see that. Oh, man.
Did the 92 go into the wall there after that contact?
Don't think so.
Doesn't
Let's
look
go
like
back. No, able to keep it off the wall. Just see the 92 is already hard on the brakes. Oh yeah, well, he's at the start of the numbers for the braking. I think maybe the 44 was not expecting him to brake so early.
Lucky for the 92, though, he kept it out of those barriers and off of that wall. He can get right back to it, and no problem there. Let's make sure we're back to live action.
We are. Let's take a
Here,
look
perfect.
at see any doesn't look like any damage on the 44's nose. The 92. Man, well, it looks like they were able to get away without any damage.
Yeah, very interesting there. That's unusual.
Lucky for them.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They both keep it rolling. D. Wright was just being pressured by the 40 of Chase Greer. That cooled off just as I mentioned it, of course. Travis Burton and Devin Zimmerman, that's the battle for third now. That's pretty close, along with the 68 of Buccino. A little bit of a group here.
Yeah. Like they're starting to catch each other a little bit. Now we are on lap 28. So we are getting to almost to the point where it was at the stage end. And, you know, we heard Bennett say it, you know, it's starting to get a little squirrely at that point. We'll have to see how how these cars start handling, see if maybe more people start spinning, maybe they start pitting, who knows.
Yeah, that's a really good call out. Of course, the stage came out at the end of at the beginning of lap 15, I believe. But then by the time they got back green, we're probably looking at about lap 32 for an equal run on the tires. We're going to have to really see how these cars start handling into the 15 or 18 to 20 lap range, I would say.
But, you know, looking to the inside. Oops. Can he get it done? Coming to the bus stop? Yes, he will. Zimmerman maybe can get it. Oh, not much. Not by much, but the 68th will secure fourth position.
This is the lowest we've seen the 68 run in probably 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Fourth place.
Yeah, right. Stinson hunting down the 78 of Brad Young.
Good battle right here is half a second, 6/10. Now Stinson, good ground made up right there. They'll have an opportunity here to look to the inside, I believe, here shortly.
Yeah, if he can keep it hitting, being consistent, not letting that gap get too big. Any one of these corners, we should see him make a move.
Both nice and smooth through there. Stays about 0.3 of a second, does Brad Young on Jay Stinson. That's for 9th place on your screen right now.
We take a look off the rear of Brad Young. That two of Jay Stinson ever so menacingly looking behind him. Oh, here's something to point out. Oops, let me get to the right camera here. Will we get in the same frame? Our leader is actually behind another car. But it is P16. I think this is the first time all night the 01 has been behind another car.
Yeah, he's picking them up and putting them down pretty darn quick. The 16th place runner currently is the 26th of Josh Mueller. Seen him have just a couple issues, but he's still battling strong out there in 16th place as he just went a lap down now to our leader, Travis Bennett.
And we are looking at the battle here, mid-pack 6. We see Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence, but he's a lap down, so he's actually not part of this battle. It does separate this pack of cars a little bit, having to deal with the lap car.
Yeah, and I'm sure that Devin Zimmerman probably wasn't too upset about that. Gets some space there between him and Gomes and potentially even Josh Hall in the 81. Let's take a look at Josh Hall in the 81 real quick, Drafty. He sponsored last week's race, the American Heart Association. We got to look at his new paint this week, but he's having a heck of a run tonight.
Yeah, he is doing phenomenal. He's actually up 9 positions from where he started, currently running P7.
He picks up one more spot. He'll be tied with Jay Stinson for the biggest mover on the evening, at least for now. We're now inside 25 to go.
Starting to get down to the wire here. Take a look back. Oops, sorry, go ahead. No, you go.
I was just going to say that battle between Brad Young and Jay Stinson still about the same. So we'll check on that again. Drafty, go right ahead.
You know, when you got just two great minds that think so much alike, we go to say the same thing at the same time, because that's exactly what I was going to bring up, that Jay Stinson here still keeping this gap close on the 78 of Brad Young. Hottest action on track right now.
Folks at home, I got to tell you, you're not going to believe me, but the amount of times that Drafty and I have nearly the same thought or type out the same thing in the chat or working on the same thing, whatever it might be, it's really kind of crazy. We're not related. We're not twins. We don't have that magic, you know?
No, he has hair.
Cool.
I don't. Like, it's just, no.
Same height, though. Same height.
Yeah, we do have the height. D Wright going into pit. First guy down pit lane so far since lap 17. It looks like it's when everyone else all pitted.
Wonder if this is to fix damage or if this is a scheduled pit stop for the 84 of D Wright. Didn't see a ton of damage on that thing. Maybe a little bit. Yeah, we see him take his fast repair there.
And taking tires as well, so we'll have to see. Maybe he's hoping to pit earlier than everyone else and maybe sneak a win away while everyone else is busy pitting towards the end.
Yeah, you never know. Now back to that as we see the 84 pitting there, Drafty. You think these guys will all pit one more time at least?
I think so.
Yeah. Now, even if we take fuel out of it, let's say, for the sake of argument, they have enough. Do you think we'll see them pit here in the next few laps for tires?
I think you're going to want the freshest tire, not the freshest tires, because you want them to be just warm enough at the end. You want them to be perfect temperature. So I think if it was me and if I had to pit just for tires, I think I would try to go with about 15 to go would be if I could make it that far.
Okay.
That's me personally, though.
Yeah, sure. Good analysis. We're not in these guys' brains, so we'll just have to kind of see how it plays out. Travis Bennett, your leader, out to nearly a 9-second lead once again. He's only had about a 1.25 seconds fall off, Drafty. His best lap of the race, 1 minute 12 seconds. And his last lap, 1 minute 13 seconds. like I say, about a second and a quarter difference total.
Yeah, it's true. To the lap previous, Irwin was quicker, and then now they just updated. Bennett was slightly quicker, and we're talking 10th, not even 10th. Like, it is close, these two lap times. Oh, we see a little connection issue there. So he's able to keep her going. You know, speaking of connection issues, did you see that it'll be a new thing iRacing has announced? The connection issue flag, and you can actually be forced to go down pit road until it is fixed.
Yeah, I did see that. And I mean, you have a lot of experience with racing and running leagues. How do you feel like that's going to play out?
Man, if they don't do it right, I think it's going to be terrible. If it's just you have a one little blink and all of a sudden now it's telling you have to go to the pit, that's going to be terrible. But if it's actually like a sophisticated program that tells, also as a league owner, I would hope that it's something that you could turn off in your league sessions as something, because there's sometimes, there's a couple people that race in my league that they'll blink once in a while, but it's not terrible. It's livable, and I don't feel the need to punish them. Now, if there's someone that's blinking like crazy, I can just boot them myself. So I hope that's something that can be turned off for leagues.
Sure, and that's also, I'm glad you brought that up as far as leagues go. A lot of leagues will have their own way of managing a person with a connection issue, right? For example, an EOL, which is an end of line penalty, or maybe their own little drive-through if it persists, or dropping to the apron. There's a lot of different factors, but it would be a little rough to see iRacing just have full control over that, like you mentioned, not being able to turn it off.
I agree, but Jay Stinson able to get past Brad Young. Not sure. It said, we'll have to rewind. It said Brad Young crashed. Let's go back and look and see what happened. Jay Stinson able to get the move done and get quite a bit of distance on the 78 of Brad Young. Oh, he just missed the corner. He got a slowdown penalty for cutting the track. Unfortunate, at least not damaged, so he's going to be able to just keep it going. But
yeah, definitely good to see the 78 still clean.
Yes, sir. He will hold on to the 9th position, but Jay Stinson up 12 positions from his starting position. Now currently 8th.
And he is cooking, and Chase Greer in the 40 up 11 spots. So those two guys back and forth for the biggest mover of the race. Chase Greer, Drafty, is right now anyway the last car on the lead lap due to obviously Travis Bennett domination, but then also pit stops.
Yeah. I didn't realize that. My live timing is not showing anyone in the right color then. Anyway, minor details.
Give you a little update, folks, on pit stops. Matt Baynes was in on lap 35. Brad Young is in now. Josh Hall, 34. Mueller, 33. And D. Wright, lap 32. So, Drafty, we have yet to see anybody this second time to pit at the same time as anyone else.
Yeah, so far it's been one here or there. No main groups of pitting yet.
Take a look at the Dev Sports Cards 68 machine of Devin Bucciano, still running 4th.
Doing good as we see week in and week out. We know he can go out and win races. He's out here not winning, but putting on a solid show here at the road course for sure. And there's still time. It's about, you don't know, where is he at? What does that say? He's got about 16 seconds to make up to get to the leader, but you never know what could happen.
That's right. We're closing in, folks, on 15 to go. Let's take a quick second to hear from a couple of our sponsors. We bring you this commercial break in picture to picture on the SCSRA Dev Sports Card Series. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. We saw some leaders come down pit road. Draftee, Devin Buchino, Matthew Fritz, and Jay Stinson. They were all in the top 10, still running top 10, but we just saw them down pit road.
Yeah, few pits under that commercial break there. Our leader still has not pit. He's out to double digits now, folks, for a lead. Almost 12 seconds. Insane.
He's absolutely cooking. 16 seconds on the third place guy, who is Travis Burton, who he's hung tough, electing to go with the much shorter pit stop. Very impressed with the 92 of Burton.
Yeah, killer pit stop on that stage. Coming into pit now, looking for another killer pit stop. Oh, third place comes into pit. We have to wonder if that is going to bait the leader to come into pit, or when he's so far ahead. He can pit whenever he darn well feels like. Although I will say, Joe Irwin's last lap of 113.39, Travis Bennett 114.5. Much slower that time around.
Yeah, he's starting to close that gap just a little bit, but oh man, as he has to avoid, I think that was the 2 of Stinson. It was.
The 2 went around. Let's take a quick look at that. I think he just got loose coming through that bus stop. A little too much wheel input, and around he went. Able to hold. Nice job holding the brakes. Very nice. No damage. Able to keep it going. Currently running 9th. Still up 11 spots from where he started. Having a good race.
Yeah, and really, really fortunate there for the 44 of Joe Irwin. He probably could see that up ahead, right? But if he makes contact with Jay Stinson at that speed, that more than likely would have been a race ender.
Oh yeah, that would not have been good. Greer just took over 13th place from Josh Hall. That was a quick pass. I wonder if Hall might have been got loose or something. Not quite sure.
Might have been off the pace just a little bit. Josh Mueller down pit road. Derek Catt in the 39 down pit road as well. Had an early incident, having a good comeback though. Currently up 4 spots on the evening there in that 39. And Walt Lepicki in the 56 coming off of pit road right now.
Lepicki up 1 position from where he started. Tough night for D. Wright. He's actually down. He must be out. Not on track, not in pit. Down 11 positions. Tough night for him.
Tough night for sure. And Drafty, now the 0-1 of Travis Bennett, our leader, down pit road.
That will give the lead to the 44, Joe Irwin. He's going to stay out, try and get some time built up, hopefully between him and the 0-1, who would definitely be back out and on the hunt to get the lead back, that's for sure.
You mean someone else is going to lead a lap tonight?
It's looking like it. And I didn't see an update for the points, but I know Irwin was in contention for Rookie of the Year. So I'm sure every little bonus point he can get, so he's also battling for that this season.
Well, yeah, he's having a good season for sure as a rookie. We heard Bennett refer to the 44 of Joe Irwin. He said, he's a rookie in this series. I didn't know he was going to be so fast at road courses, so I'm watching him closely.
Yeah, as right before Bennett had pit, Irwin was running quicker lap times.
That's right. And now we see the 44 of Joe Irwin coming down pit road. Little update, Drafty, on the Bennett pit stop. It was only 8 seconds. Very, very quick pit stop for Travis Bennett. Have to believe that was probably just for fuel.
Yeah, maybe fuel and maybe just one side of tires, but I can't see doing that this late in the race. Probably upset the car too much. As Bennett does reclaim the lead now. Zimmerman also decided to pit as well. Moves Bennett back up to P2.
Michael Lepicki in the 46 also in. That means it's now been a full pit cycle now. Matt Baines was the guy in the earliest that is running up the highest as of right now. His pit stop was lap 35. These guys we just watched, lap 44.
Bennett still 15-second lead over P2. All he's really got to do is keep the car under him at this point.
Yeah, he's just got to keep her smooth and stay focused for coming, what's 10 laps to go now when he crosses the stripe, Drafty. This one's cruising.
Cruising right on by.
Certainly makes a difference when there's no full course cautions, right?
Indeed, yeah. Not having to stack the cars up all over again. That would just be, you think it's bad at a super speedway, having to do full course cautions every time there's a wreck at a road course. This is a long track.
That's right. It definitely is, man. I don't even want to imagine that.
Irwin gets around the lap car of Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence. Sure, he was excited to do that. Butchino was nipping at his heels just moments before.
Yeah, that might be a good race to watch down the stretch here.
Nice move by the 47 there, pulling. Oh! Able to save it, keep it going. Butchino's going to make up a lot of time, and the 44 tires are going to be heated. It's going to make for a great battle here. But, you know, giving him some space. It's a good run through the corner, carrying a lot of momentum coming into the final turn. Right on his bumper, going down the front stretch here.
This could be one of those situations where experience prevails, Drafty. We've seen time and time again the amount of patience that the 68 of Devin Bucciano can exercise. But right now, off that corner, the 44 much faster, back in control.
Yeah, I'm able to get back ahead a little bit. There's still plenty of time for Bucciano to make his move. We'll hop on board here. You can hear the tires screeching every corner. They're sliding around, trying to get as much grip as they can. So they make it past the two of Jay Stinson there. Unfortunately, a lap down. He was running pretty good tonight. Still is, but just a lap down.
Jay Stinson in that 2-car running 13th currently. That gives your biggest mover award to Chase Greer as of right now, barring any changes. He's right in front of the 2 of Stinson in 12th, riding along with Devin Bucciano at the moment.
It looks like Irwin was able to put a bit of a gap on Bucciano and keep it that way. Notes to mention, both Burton and Irwin and Bucciano running faster lap times than our current leader. But leader's still out 16 seconds. The amount of time quicker that they would need to be than our leader right now to catch him. It's not. I think it's safe to say, as long as Bennett does not wreck.
Don't put that out there.
He'll bring it up.
In the universe.
I just, as I say that,
curse.
he's right by some lap cars too. I'm so sorry.
Hey, we'll watch him how he maneuvers. We haven't watched him much tonight, and that's not anything against the 01 of Travis Bennett. It's just that he's had such a dominating lead as now he approaches the 78 of Brad Young, followed by the 72 of Matt Baines.
Yeah, man, I got too much TV time, but he gets he'll get the best interview spot if he brings home the win.
That's right. That'll make it all worth it, right?
Exactly.
And we'll try to at least get back to him during his final lap so we can give the final call of the race there.
So here we see him coming up on the 72 of Matt Baines. Does he try and stay on the lead? Nope, he's going to let him by. Let's say, will he battle to try and stay on the lead lap? Probably decides better if it knows that Bennett is fast with a capital F.
Definitely fast all night long, and that's another one of those situations perfectly orchestrated by all three of those drivers we saw in that interaction just now, where that patience pays off, right? All those drivers knowing, hey, we're in a little bit of a tight area here on the track. There's no need for anyone to force it. We'll just play it by ear and make it happen when the time is right.
Exactly. If you look at that, only 8 drivers on the lead lap.
That's wild, and that is your 8th place driver right there on your screen, the 46 of Michael Lepicki. He's having himself a good evening. He started 12th. He's up to 8th right now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's looking at that relative too, because I can look up at the track map and I see P1 now just coming out of the carousel, so he is not too far behind Lepicki here.
Yeah, he's moving up fast on these guys, but I do think now as the 01 will make that final corner onto the start-finish line, 5 to go now, Drafty. Don't know if he's going to get to any more cars as far as lapping more guys.
Yeah, we'll have to see. He may catch the 16th place, which is Walt Lipicki, the other Lipicki.
He may very well do it. I have to believe right now, Travis Bennett in the L1, just kind of settling in, making sure he's not doing anything crazy. A 16-second lead right now, 15 seconds, excuse me. There's not any reason to overdrive the car or push anything.
Nope, just keep it solid, drive comfortable, drive smooth, hit your marks till you see that checkered flag at this point. No action really on the field right now. The closest battle, about 2.5 seconds between Ryan Gomes and Zimmerman. But other than that, not much going on. Give our race leaders a little bit of TV time.
Right, everyone very spread out after the pit stops. One of the closest races for 10th and 11th. Guys both a lap down currently. Going to be Brad Young and Josh Hall. But the 01 Bucky's machine doing just fine right now. And he is last year's reigning champion of the Truck Series here in the SCSRA.
That's right. Looking to do some work here in the Next Gen Series. I mean, a win tonight secures him the opportunity to fight for a championship.
Be cool to see a third guy lock in, Drafty. We've been stuck on 2 for so long simply because Corey Bunch hasn't raced enough to keep himself locked in. He's won a couple races, but this might solidify a third place guy or a third guy locked into playoffs.
That's true. Devin Zimmerman in pit. Looks like he went off track. Let's see what happened. Let's go take a look at that as they are all spread out. Won't miss any of the action here. Unfortunate, Zimmerman running good all night. Looks like misjudges the corner by a lot there.
See any damage?
No
though?
damage. Just an off track. It didn't register as a crash. Just an off track. Is able to keep it going. Loses a bunch of positions. I wondered if a tire blew. Maybe I don't know if that's. Have you ever had that happen? I've never had.
Can't say that I have, but most of my wrecks I usually find a wall of some sort.
Right? Me too.
3 to go now for the 01 of Travis Bennett. Coming in on just 2 to go.
Seven cars on the lead lap only out of 22 participants tonight.
Yeah, absolute domination by Travis Bennett. The 92 of Travis Burton and the 44 of Joe Irwin have given it everything they got, but wasn't nearly enough to even put pressure on Bennett, with the exception of when the stage concluded, or restarted, I should say, from the stage.
Yeah, I think the only time Bennett's had pressure tonight was during the pace laps.
Basically the longest he's been too wide, right?
Yeah, absolutely dominating performance. Now we do see that that gap has closed not significantly, but by 2 seconds, which is normally a lot of time. But when you have a 15, 16 second lead already, it's not. I have to imagine that Bennett has fully went into just a Sunday drive mode. Get her to the end. Don't even have to battle with no more lap cars.
Right. He does have a little group right in front of him, 3 cars. Have to imagine that as he comes around to go 1 to go here, we'll see the white flag wave. He's watching those guys very closely to make sure nothing happens in front of him that he gets involved in.
Yep. That's what I would be doing, is keep my eye out, drive around, don't push the issue with them at all. I mean, you got 13 seconds. There's no way they're catching you unless something happens.
Right. No need to even get close to these guys. Give yourself plenty of time to react, as that's Derek Catt in the 39, close in front of him.
See a close battle here for 8th place between Brad Young and Matt Baines. Sorry. Gosh.
Oh, you all right? First time you've called one of his races. Let's go back to our leader, though, the 01 of Travis Bennett. He'll make that final corner and head down the front stretch, and the 01 of Travis Bennett is locked in the playoffs with the big victory tonight.
Man, absolute domination.
I mean, I know it's a road course, Drafty, but we haven't seen domination like that in this series yet, or probably in the several series that we are fortunate enough to call.
Yeah, he had no pressure from anybody that race. This was his race from the green flag to the checkered.
Certainly was. He came out ready to roll. Guys, we'll give them a minute or two to all come across the start-finish line at this large road course, very spread out.
Looks like everybody has crossed the start-finish line.
Very nice. We'll give Travis Bennett and the 01 a little bit of time to celebrate before we get in our interviewers here while they get settled back in the garage and out of the race car. Let's take a look at the race results here, if they're available.
Does not.
Not quite yet.
There it goes.
There.
Oh. Yep. All right. Hey, it even gave us the right details the first time. Let's go.
Yep. Travis Bennett, of course, in the 01 is your winner this evening. Locks himself in to the playoffs and jumps up to the third playoff guy there. Travis Burton in the 92 finishes second with a really strong run. The 44 of Joe Irwin brings home third. Devin Bucciano, 68 car, finishes fourth. Ryan Gomes, really nice run from Ryan in the 55, finishes fifth. Matthew Fritz finishes 29th, or finishes 6th in the 29. Holy moly. The 46 of Michael Lepicki finishes 7th. Matt Baines in his debut race in the 72 finishes 8th. Brad Young in the 78 finishes 9th. And Josh Hall in the 81 rounds out your top 10. Drafty, take us through the rest.
All right, next we got Chase Greer in the number 40 coming in P11. And right behind him, Michael Cheeseburger Lawrence in the 47 in P12. 13th place in the number 24 is Garrett Walden. And in 14th, that 36 machine of Devin Zimmerman. Coming in 15th place is going to be the number 2 of Jay Stinson, followed closely by the 16 of Walt Lepicki in the 56. Coming in 17th is going to be the 39 of Derek Cat, and in 18th, Josh Mueller in the 26. Coming in 19th, D. Wright, bit of a rough night, able to come in 19th overall, driving the 84. Billy Tithoff in the 79 comes in 20th. 21st, Sharn Hill in the number 5, and rounding out the field in position number 22, the car number 19, Justin Parham.
Right on, man. Well, it was definitely a good one. We had a lot of good battling there, especially up until that green flag pit stop happened. But Joe Irwin, Travis Burton, and Travis Bennett absolutely ran away with the whole thing. So Let's get with your third place finisher. That is the 44 of Joe Irwin. Joshua up in the booth. Good to see you once again, sir. Joe, you with me? I got no audio for you. Joe Irwin. No audio for the 44 of Joe Irwin. We'll
Hey,
have
you got
to.
me?
Oh, there he is, just in
Sorry
time.
about
I was
that.
going to get back to you. No, you're good, man. So, really, really nice race from you. I mean, amongst most of the field, you dominated, right? It was good enough for a third place finish tonight, and even further solidifies your playoff chances here in the coming weeks. But tell us about how the car was tonight, kind of your goal just to go out there and get it done.
Yeah, man, I hate having to talk to you about another podium and not a win, but it is what it is. I'm happy for Travis and both Travises on the podium as well. I don't know, man. It's a tough track. It's tough racing when you get close to somebody. I have a couple guys that are pretty mad at me, so I already apologized to them, but I'll apologize again. Sorry to those guys. Basically, I mean, you get on somebody's back bumper and you can't see the turn, so then they brake and I got into the back of a couple guys. That's not how you want to pass people. So it definitely wasn't on purpose, but that's just the nature of the beast, man. It's a tough track and hard to pass. But car was good. We'll take third and yeah, continue adding up the points, and when the playoffs come around, hopefully we're in the position to make a move then. Well, I mean, hopefully we can win before then, but hey, if we're in, we'll try to
Heck
make
yeah,
that happen.
man. But I mean, it would be sweet to lock in for playoffs with a win, but then it would definitely be sweet to get a win to lock yourself to the next round of playoffs or even potentially the championship race. But another really strong showing from you in that 44. Anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight before we let you go?
Yeah, just shout out to Devin and Ryan and Josh, just all the guys that make the league work, the keep the gears oiled. You guys for sponsoring or for broadcasting. And yeah, thanks to everybody for clean racing, and thanks to the guys that I wrecked for not getting too mad. Hopefully we can talk that out. And yeah, man.
Right on, man. Well, it's a good league. You're a clean racer, always respectful, and I'm sure won't be any issue. Chat it out, and we'll see you guys back out here next week.
Yeah, we'll see. Thanks,
All
man.
right. Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was your third place finisher, the 44 of Joe Irwin. Moving right along now into the second place finisher. That, of course, is the 92 of Travis Burton. Travis, is Joshua up in the booth? You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Doing well, sir. Good job to you tonight, man. You finished second. I wanted to talk to you about something specifically that stood out to us. For the stage during the caution, you had a significantly shorter pit stop than everybody else. What was the strategy call there?
Honestly, I felt my tires were pretty good, so I didn't take tires during that stop because I knew that if I can get out in front, I'm fast enough during certain sections to where they shouldn't be able to pass me unless I get punted. So thankfully, I was able to work. Honestly, that worked out really well for me. And same thing happened at the second stage because all I did there was just wait till about as last second as I just go in and just have a pretty quick outlap. And luckily, I was able to put enough time on Devin and Joe there to be able to come home second.
Oh, yeah, 100%. And I mean, that is a really gutsy call, but much needed. We talked to about it in our pre-race show, how you and Travis Bennett both currently on the outside looking in. Of course, he locks in tonight and finishing second for yourself. That'll go a long way to getting you into the playoffs as well. Was that kind of your thought process? Hey, we're coming down to the final races of the regular season. I got to do something big here and make it happen.
Yes, honestly, I knew coming into this race, I needed to finish probably around top 3 to hopefully get closer to secure myself in the playoffs. And that was pretty much my whole mindset coming that strategy call at the end of the stage where I knew if I get track position, it's pretty tough to pass here, that I could find my way hopefully into the top 3 at the end, and luckily it worked out.
It definitely did work out. You did a fantastic job in that 92 Raising Cane's machine tonight. And nothing against the 5 of Sharn Hill, but he had himself kind of a rough night. That'll go a long way to help you get up into that top 12 as well. Only 2 races remain in the regular season now. So we'll let you get back to enjoying this one, but get back to work and celebrating just a little bit and ready for next week. Anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight before we let you go?
Yes, I want to thank all my teammates at Full Throttle, and also Travis for getting us a 1-2 Travis finish. That's perfect. It's great, especially being my teammate. That's a lot of fun.
Heck
And
yeah,
honestly,
1-2
he was
Throttle
fast.
Motorsports finish.
Yeah, he was fast. There was no way I was getting first there. I was just battling for second the whole time, and thankfully I came home. I want to thank everybody that's supported me, everyone watching the stream, and y'all for putting this whole thing on. It's been a blast.
Right on, man. Well, you're going to enjoy watching this one back, especially like I mentioned, 2 Full Throttle boys coming in first and second. And on top of that, 2 that definitely needed to have that type of finish down the stretch here. Travis, go enjoy this one. We'll see you out here next week, sir.
Thank you, fellas.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was the 92 of Travis Burton. Finished second place tonight. But now, the most dominating finish we've seen in this series, and very comfortable race, it would appear, for the 01. But let's speak to your winner. It's the 01 of Travis Bennett. Travis, welcome in, sir. Congratulations on the huge win. You lock yourself into playoffs, and I mean, there's no other word for it than domination. I talked to you in the pre-race show. I talked to you at the stage break, and now I'm talking to you as our winner tonight. So tell us how it feels.
I tell you what, man, I started thinking about it the last 5 laps, and every person has that one league race. I feel that they've performed the best they've ever performed and probably will never do it again. And man, I've been doing league since NASCAR 07. I'm sorry, since 2006 on various platforms, and I think this is that race. That was insane. I just can't believe it. I'm still in shock.
I mean, everything was absolutely perfect on your end. You dominated in every facet. You were fastest in practice. You started on pole, jumped out to a quick lead and won the stage. Your pit stops were immaculate, and I want to talk about that here momentarily. Then obviously you kept it together down the stretch, approaching lap cars nearly every single lap to maneuver them safely and patiently to lock yourself in and get that big win. But back to that second pit stop, the green flag pit stop, we see it was just over 8 seconds. What was the move there to have such a short pit stop and get back out there on the track?
Dude, I finished on the same tires we started on at the start of this race.
So no tires? You didn't take tires at all?
No tires. Fuel only both times.
Wow, that is really interesting. We saw a big move from your teammate, the 92, who finished second the first time to gain 4 spots, put himself in a good spot the rest of the way. But I wasn't expecting that. I saw the pit time there and kind of just assumed you'd come out first at the stage break after the pit stop, and you did. But it wasn't anything we looked at, but that second one stood out to me. So by the end of the thing, how was the car feeling with, by that time, 55 lap old tires?
It wasn't feeling too bad, actually. I'm trying to go back and look at my lap times. I just can't do it right now, but
Well, I'll give it to you.
I don't think it was too far off.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. You might be a little surprised. Your best lap was a 1:12.41. Your last lap was a 1:15.91. So nearly 3.5 to 4 seconds difference there.
Okay, yeah. So it was far off. All right, my mistake. But
No, I mean, you still dominated. It's wild. By
Right.
that time, we were looking at it, and Drafty, my broadcast partner here, he was analyzing the times of Travis Burton, Joe Irwin, your closest competition, and thinking, okay, they were a second and a half faster, but I mean, you had a 15-second lead, all by, I mean, probably 10 to go. I would say it was up to 15 seconds.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. And what I enjoyed the most about this race was how the track changed. It was started off a little cool, had some grip at the start, started to get a little warm, and some clouds came out a little bit and cooled off, and the track got a little hot again. So it was something to keep track of. It wasn't just a static weather. You know what I mean? It was a whole other element
Yeah.
to look after. That's what makes it fun, man.
Absolutely, man. You drove the heck out of the 01 Bucky's Ford Mustang tonight. And before we let you go, pop the champagne in victory lane and celebrate this win and the playoff lock-in. Anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight, Travis?
Heck yeah, I want to thank Corey Bunch for staying his butt at home so I can have a chance at winning. Uh, I want to thank, y'all don't know, got a guy named Jordan Wenzel from another league. He is lightning fast. This guy run minute 11s like it's nothing here in these cars. And he helped me out a little bit, helped out Travis Burton as well, and the results show, man. And I want to thank all the guys that I came up on and lapped. Everybody was very respectful tonight, and it's awesome to be a part of a league that has guys like that knows, hey, just give a little bit of courtesy. We might get some courtesy back later on.
Heck yeah, man. It's an awesome league. My teammates that are racing in this now, they enjoy it. Us here in the broadcast, we've enjoyed every single second of it. And it's been such a thrill to watch all of you guys battle it out and now start seeing some progression and seeing different winners and battles on the speedway, and been really awesome. But Travis, go celebrate this one, man. Well earned, well deserved for you two Full Throttle Motorsports boys, and this will go a long way. Obviously, you're in playoffs now, but your teammate there in the 92, he's probably going to be flirting with them now above that cut line. You guys delivered exactly when you needed to, so enjoy this one. We'll see you out here next week, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it, y'all.
Absolutely. Once again, folks, that was your winner, the 01 of Travis Bennett. Drafty, let's bring you back in now. After hearing that, can you believe it? No tires, man.
It's crazy. Yeah, man. Great. He drove it so well. I don't think I could have done that. I definitely would have been taking tires.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like I mentioned to him, he was leading the way at the stage. So when he came out leading the way after the stage, we didn't bat an eye. We didn't even think about it. Okay, well, Travis Bennett did what he had to do on pit road, because when you're at the top, that pit time doesn't stand out to you such as it did with Travis Burton, where you automatically realized, hey, he gained 4 spots on pit road. He had to do something different.
Yeah. Not taking the tires there, gaining the spots. It seemed to be the play.
100%. Well, we're going to close it out here, but next week, only 2 races remain here in the regular season. We're going to Indianapolis Motor Speedway next week. Another kind of different track for these guys, potentially not your traditional oval.
Yeah, it's more of like a rounded square, in my opinion.
Rounded square, yes, sir. But yeah, right on, man. Awesome broadcast. Once again, these guys always put on a show, and it's not always necessarily nail biter to the finish for the win, but always fantastic racing. Before we let you all go for the evening, wanted to thank a couple of our sponsors here at Royalty Racing Network. First and foremost, Dev Sports Cards, the title sponsor of the Gen 6, I'm on Tuesdays, the Next Gen series here for the SCSRA. And Majestic Promotional Branded Apparel, whether you run a company, a government agency, a sports team, or even a virtual race team, turn every item into a statement with Majestic Promotional and Branded Apparel. Comment for details or message me on Discord. And finally, SM Racing Products. Take your sim experience to the next level with custom-made button boxes, dashboards, flag lights, and more with SM Racing Products. Check them out right now at sm-racingproducts.com. And don't forget to use code ROYALTY at checkout on your purchase of $150 or more. For everyone here at Royalty Racing Network and the SCSRA, Drafty Beef, and myself, Joshua King, we'll see you back here on Tuesday night for the Top Tier Trish's Learning Center series, and we'll be back Wednesday for that race at Indianapolis.